Hello, my friend. Do we have a big video today or what? Because we are finally going to be unlocking Foroskke after hatching all three of our brand new plant ancient dragons. So, yes, this is probably the only really successful ancient event that we've had so far, and I guess the first one I'm going to start off with is little Puenwyn for today, because Puenwyn here is the plant void ancient. Very quickly before I do that, I just want to point out we've got 1800 DCP right now, and after we hatch all of these, we're going to have a hell of a lot more. So without further ado, let us begin the hatching spree. So the first dragon we've got here, Little Puenwyn, was of course the main Dragon Board event dragon, which we got for opening up 270 guaranteed chests, because why would we have ever gotten him out of pieces? It's never going to happen for me. But that is Puenwyn as our first ancient plant hatched. So Puenwyn's body extracts toxins from the earth, paving the way for the burgeoning plant life of its master, Foroskke. All that stored up poison makes Puenwyn a bit volatile, but it doesn't seem to mind. Yes, I said that as I did on purpose, by the way. But little Puenwyn here, if we take a look at him, you'll see that he's got it looks like galaxies sort of emanating from his wings, which is definitely a scary sort of thought, that he has an entire galaxy legitimately emanating from his body. But little Puenwyn here is very cute. Honestly, I might even want to Fountain of Youth this boy. Just look at him! Oh my goodness, he is a cute little boy. I almost don't want to level him up, but of course with these ancients, the reason we level them up is more DCP. And more DCP feels good for me. And I did say DCP for the Dragon Master Pass, I meant Dragon Master points. Don't worry about me. I just say everything wrong, even though I know what I'm talking about. Don't worry about it. But little Puenwyn here, of course, he looks like he's made of actual thorns, and I believe he is, and he sucked out all the toxins from the Earth's environment. So, a very ecologically sustainable dragon, I would say. Definitely trying to help out planet Earth. But that is ancient number one. The second ancient I'm going to hatch is going to be Iolhan, the little water ancient that we got from the collection event that the Ox Dragon was part of. So he is an ancient plant and water dragon, which could have its uses on a team, but I don't personally like the split between plant and water all too much. I actually kind of prefer Puenwyn for that, mainly because of sigils, but you know, water is water. So Iolhan is a direct descendant of the ancient water dragons. The plants that grow on its body allow it to create the purest fresh water in Dragonlandia, which makes for exponential forest growth. Oh, isn't that nice, Olaf, little Iolhan? Apparently this boy just makes entire forests just spring to life. I have to say, compared to Puenwyn, Iolhan's baby form, leagues apart. I'd give Iolhan's baby form maybe a solid 4 out of 10, compared to Puenwyn's solid 8, maybe 9 out of 10. But that's what level ups are for, and little Iolhan here will also be taken to level 20. Why do I always choose level 20? Because it's not that costly in terms of food compared to level 30, and gives that bonus DCP. But yes, you eat up that food, boy. I do like Iolhan's big horns on top of his head and his sort of armor. And there's so many different versions of Iolhan that I've seen with different patterns on his stomach, but in the in-game version it just sort of looks like a big gown of leaves, or like a, I don't know, a bush. He looks like he is made of bush. That's a really weird way of putting that, but either way, that is our second ancient. And that of course leaves our third and final main ancient before the major reward, which is Iosghar. And this is of course the ancient chest dragon, which you had to open ancient chests for, which, you know, requires those ancient tickets that we got primarily out of DML's dungeon for the first time ever. And he is the ancient plant and fire. So being both plant and fire is kind of a scary concept. but he makes it work. So that is Ancient number 3 as part of this collection, and hatching him means that we unlock Foroskke. So congrats, you have successfully finished the Foroskke Rising and earned a reward. You got the Foroskke Dragon, who is of course the Ancient Divine and Plant major reward for the Origin of Plant event. So that does mean that this event is done. Pretty much done. All that we have left to do now is hatch Foroskke, which we will do in a second. So, for Iosghar here, the estranged sibling of Iolhan. Iosghar lays waste to Foroskke jungles with lightning and flame, but it's not evil. It understands the restorative power of controlled burns better than anyone. Oh, I see. That is actually a really important concept for managing forests and things like that. If you do controlled burning, you can actually help to bring out more life and, you know, keep all the ecosystems running. So we actually have people whose job it is to burn things for a good reason and not just for waste reasons. Isn't that lovely, Iosghar? You know what? I like you. I like that you do your controlled burning for the betterment of the environment. And that's what all of these plant ancients are about. They're all about, you know, either they zuck the badness out of the earth, or they make all the trees grow, or they burn the trees to make other trees grow. So all of these dragons, they do have their, I guess, lore-related descriptions as to how they help the environment. And, you know, I guess no one really wants to see the earth die, or in this case, Dragonlandia die. So, Iosghar, thank you for your assistance in this. And of course, he has just glowing, fiery body parts inside his tree parts. I don't know why I managed to make everything sound weirder than it needs to be, but that is Iosghar. So we have the siblings, Iosghar and Iolhan and Puenwyn, just as the sort of extra. But anyway, let's pop that Foroskke egg into the hatchery. And again, we'll be waiting another 3 days and 20 hours, just like the others. I didn't gem any of the other hatchings, I just used the skippers. But man, we've got ancients galore, really. But since we have these 3, I am going to go ahead and take them in for a quick couple of battles, because, you know, we got some new ancients, might as well just take a quick look at them, right? Of course, going into these sorts of battles, we're not going to see them do super good work, because, you know, they don't have any upgraded attacks. So until you actually get level 6 upgrades on dragons, they're not going to be super good, especially, you know, single element dragons. But at least we get to see them in battle beating up this Mercury. Isn't that nice? All of them only using the ancient element, but at the same time, maybe one day we'll end up leveling them up, maybe we won't, because now I have every single element on my team fully maxed out. It's sort of like any dragon that I choose to level up from this point is more of just a why not, rather than a need. So, I don't know. I've seen lots of people say, are you going to level up Foroskke? Are you going to level up Foroskke? Because, you know, now technically he's your bestest dragon in the big wide world. And it's like, I don't know. Do I really want to waste the resources on him? I don't know about that. But I will tell you what, if you don't have an ancient and you manage to get even a single ancient out of this event, honestly, you're pretty much set now. The only other thing you could possibly need is a divine, but just the ancient level 6 upgrade skills, they make progressing on the map so much easier. They obviously make dungeon a heck of a lot easier. Just in general, having an ability that allows you to sap, you know, the attack of another dragon, it's just pretty good. It's just pretty good, and I don't really want to lose to this this boss. Imagine it's like, whoa, look at how cool these ancients are, and then they end up losing to Crankster. No, they beat him up. They beat him up very nice and good. Good work, ancients. That would have been 20 times easier with the ancient upgrade, but the other thing about single element dragons is that, you know, until you unlock their second and third elements, they are pretty bad. So if you are going to level up any ancients that you got from this event, make sure they're level 30 first, and do remember that their third element does cost gems to unlock. So those are our 3 new main ancients, and we've got that other boy to look forward to now. I've also got Pixie Dot here. I've also got another Pixie Dot. But the main dragon that I wanted to start breeding, and the main reason I wanted to get these out of the hatchery as quickly as possible, there's the 2 Pixie Dots, is because we've got the Dragon of the Week being Pink Bloom. And I really want to get this dragon, because I don't have it yet. Combo being UV and Ice. I am going to activate the double egg relic, because I always use them if I have them, really, because the amount of Dragon of the Week breeds I do is actually pretty limited now. So let's try, and our first try is a failure. That's underwhelming, but you know, we'll keep trying, keep going for more rebreeds, and hopefully we do get Pink Bloom soon. It's not like I need it for Blue Bloom, because I've already got Blue Bloom, but I do need Pink Bloom. So that is that. So coming back to the Dragon Master Pass, just hatching those dragons alone is going to throw us all the way up to 2,810, which is really not too bad. I don't mind it. And if we did level them up a bit more, we would get more from that. But I will appreciate bonus score. So anyone that does want to finish the Dragon Master Pass quickly, there is either the option of trying to breed the Dragon of the Month, but that's kind of sketch, but going for the Harpy breeding, well, Harpy and Elephant breeding, that's also a really quick way to get through the pass. But it depends on if you bought it or not and what sort of milestone you want to reach. Really, everyone should technically try and reach 8.6 or whatever the highest is every month. But 1 million food to me, it's not worth the effort. 5 enchantment tickets, I'll get there if I can, but it's mainly the relics that are the benefit. And just like in this instance, what was the benefit of having so many hatching relics? The fact that I could just basically immediately hatch an ancient. Well, I say that, I left it a day. Just over a day, and then I hatched the boy. Because, I don't know, I was like, you know what? I just want to get back to breeding again. Because otherwise the hatchery is going to be out for another 2 days. But we're here now. We are finally part of the ultimate reward collection group, I guess. You know, quite a lot of people still end up getting all of the dragons out of the events. Some people get it purely through luck. Some people get it purely through spending. And I will reiterate, it was not completely free to play or anything like that, because we did buy the shrine, the leafstone shrine, which was like, what, £3-ish? Which means that it was about £3 for me to guarantee all of those dragons and a couple of, well, more than a couple, a few rounds of dungeon skipping right at the beginning of the first week of the event. Aside from that, no other spending, no other gemming. It was just clean old sailing. Actually, I think I gemmed a couple of rounds of the solo event. Not completely, as in if there was a quest and there was like 2 hours to wait, but it cost 1, I'd skip it. But, you know, ultimately, that and gemming for the Ox Dragon was the only real gemming that was required. So it's been a pretty decent event this time around in terms of rewards. Still the same problems as always that have plagued these events for a long time. But at least we finally got a major reward dragon. Because I was getting to the point where I was like, is it never going to happen? It's probably never going to happen. But thanks to Endless Dungeon this time, we finally got there. And missing 0 resets. Because it always used to be for me that I would miss out on the resets during the weekend. At least a day and a day's worth. Which made finishing ancient events pretty much impossible. But not anymore. Not anymore do I need to miss out on the weekend resets, which means we're pretty set. As long as they don't change the actual event timer by an hour, because if it goes forward to 8 AM, I will never finish a DML event again. So please, Gameloft, if you can avoid doing that, I'll be very grateful. The other thing I want to mention quickly before I go is Gem Night, the gem spending event, for anyone that was unaware that it was happening. It does have Nocturne in, And I don't actually have Nocturne, so I would love to get this dragon, but I'm not going to gem spend to get it. But, you know, until you actually spend, it doesn't display the leaderboard either. So, good luck if you're going for Nocturne. Gem spends are normally really expensive, but he's a cute looking dragon. I like him. And actually, there was one other thing I haven't done yet. Level up Ox. I said I was going to do this, when? Yesterday, was it? And I forgot. I may have forgotten to feed Ox. My mistake. I was so wrapped up in everything else and doing other things, and it's like, oh, you're not actually going to level him up? Are you okay there? You okay there? Not leveling up Ox? Yeah? Well, I've done it now. Okay, look, there he is. He's a very feisty boy, a very fluffy boy, and a very oriental looking boy. He does have a bull ring, and I'm personally not a big fan of bull rings, but he is an ox, I guess. Well, that's his name anyway, so it makes sense for him. But I do like his little armor piece on his back. I can appreciate that, and I can appreciate the fluffiness. So, thank you, Mleh, for joining me, and adding more collector points to my game. We are now at 155,000, which isn't even all that much, really, but we slowly creep closer and closer to Pinata without just spending money on every single loot box that comes into the game. If I actually spent on loot boxes every event, we'd have so much more DCP. But I don't do it. I don't bank my life savings on loot boxes, personally. But anyway, for now, I do appreciate you being here. I appreciate you joining me on this very long-winded journey to finally get a major event reward. But Foroskke will be hatched in probably 4 days. I'll probably wait the full time because I've used a lot of hatching relics now, and I am getting it's getting a little bit too much for my stingy self. So, for now, I appreciate you being here. I hope you you got the ancients that you wanted. And I guess we'll wait for news on the next Divine event, because following a pattern, that would mean that next up we have a Divine event at some point in the, I don't know, nearby future, let's say. But, alas, I appreciate you being here, my friend. And until next time, I do hope to see you then. Fine.
Come.
Fine, I'll put part of this in the end screen of next time, if I remember. I will try to remember. If not, I'll do it for at least 3 in a row.
Censor out me swearing with more of me talking.
Okay, I can do that.
I can't remember what I said. What was the thing I said?
You said you wanted to plug your channel, and then you swore.
No, what was the swear word I said?
I'm not gonna say it.